Imagine not being Leeds, not feeling this pain, not dancing through thunder, not walking through rain. Imagine not rising with fists in the air when the world turned its back and no one would care. We've lived in the ashes, we've drowned in defeat, but still we stand proud on our battered old feet. Imagine not loving with all that you are. Imagine not being Leeds.
We love you, Leeds, Leeds, Leeds.
We do love you, Leeds, Leeds, Leeds. Now then, folks, how's everyone doing? Happy Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday, and everything is looking rosy in Leeds United's garden. Breaking news tonight. I was all set to come on here and chat about Perri and chat about the links to Paixão and how the window's sort of going, which I'm going to get into. It's definitely heading towards... it could well be a perfect window, this one. It really could. A few more in, a few out the door, and we are in a really good spot. We are no longer looking down. We are certainly looking up. But sort of breaking news in the last, half an hour or so is this. So, Feyenoord announced on Thursday evening via this channel, Feyenoord Transfer Markt, which is, I would say, a credible source, that Leeds have put an official opening bid in. It's gone in. It's now been made, and yeah, it appears it is in the region of 35 million euros, which I think is the ballpark they're looking for. I think they wanted about 40 million euros. So if we're in that sort of area, 35 million euros might be add-ons. You look at what Marseille bid; it were well lower than that. They ain't in position to compete. For me, they're no longer at the table, and Leeds have moved as front runners, and they've lodged a bid. Whether they'll reject as it's sort of the first bid going in, I'm not too sure. But we are now front runners for the signature of Igor Paixão. I'll get it right one day, and I couldn't be more thrilled. I couldn't be more happy that these sort of players not only are linked as they have been for weeks, really. We're now putting bids in, and these are coming from credible sources. So, yeah, Leeds United's offer is already higher in terms of a fixed transfer fee than the early proposal from from Marseille. So it's looking very, very good. I think, is everyone, not only the club's maybe number one target, maybe even Rodrigo Muniz, I think is the fans number one. Everybody sort of knows the talent of Ramazani, and we had Solomon last season, but everybody, with what they've looked, heard, seen, and Igor Paixão looks like an absolute game changer, doesn't he? He looks like a match winner. He looks like someone who for me, you don't sign an Igor Paixão, you don't sign an Anton Stack, you don't sign a Perri and get relegated. That doesn't happen. That doesn't happen. So, yeah, this is really exciting news coming out tonight, that it looks like we've officially lodged a bid coming from credible sources for Igor Paixão, which I'm absolutely buzzing about. Absolutely over the moon about. Let me get into some of the comments anyway. When you Google Igor name, it says he plays for Leeds. Yeah, well, if that's Wikipedia, I think anyone can alter that, Paul, I think, anyway. Great news, isn't it, Matt? It's all good news, that Leeds, lad. Thanks for watching. It's great news. Hey up, Jam. I hope you're well. Hey up, Russ. Top Banana. Hope you're well. Hey up, Mike. Thank you for watching, mate. Top Banana, please tickle them likes. Yeah, please smash a like on the video, please. Get more people notified that I'm on, and please subscribe if you're new here. Hey up, Adam. Late Night Leeds tomorrow. It's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one. Make sure you come back tomorrow at 10 o'clock for Late Night Leeds with me, Adam and Sean too. Hey up, Nige. Evening, Matt. A great signing in Perri. It is, and we'll get into Perri, but at the minute, it's all about Igor Paixão. Hey up, Rich. Hey up, Jay. Yeah, it was, mate. I've just watched it. I left it till the last 90 minutes to come on here because I'm watching Wakefield slot one over, which is a nightmare. But yeah, it is what it is, mate. Moonies will be a tough one. Fulham don't want to sell. Yeah, I know, mate. But the Igor Paixão deal sort of gives me a little bit of hope. If we stick in there long enough, maybe that one will come to, mate. Duncan, 100% they are, mate. They're all over it, mate. They're doing so well. Like I say, I think it's heading towards looking like a perfect window for me. By the time they haven't given to or sort of rushed anything through due to pressure of the fan base, or the negative noise that was there, maybe 10 days ago. I know, mate, it is what it is. Let's not get too down about it. At least it's looking good for Leeds United, buddy. Hope you're having a good holiday, mate. Yeah, late night Leeds tomorrow will be cracking. One top banana, be a cracking one. Plenty of getting it this week. Yeah, Jamie, please smash a like, subscribe to our Matt. It really helps the channel. Thank you so much. The first goal scorer ever in the Content Creator Cup. If that doesn't deserve a like, even though it were a tap in, I don't know what does. And where are all the transfer bedwetters now? All quiet now, too busy washing their sheets. That's it, Duncan. A lot of people jumped a little bit too early. A lot of people jumped in a little bit too early. A lot of people saying it felt like we were going nowhere with transfers. I never believed that for a second. I genuinely felt like they were rounding that squad off, getting the depth in certain areas. They've stacked that midfield out. Same way centre back. You look at that defence now. You probably just, like you say, a full back short maybe, who can hopefully play both sides. Other than that, we're sort of set. Perri, looks like that's a done deal now. Looks like that's been agreed for about 15 million quid, which is a steal. All of a sudden, you're talking a left winger and a striker out, and we've still got a left winger in door in Ramazani who's capable of starting in Prem. We've still got strikers, and Metches look good, got a goal, look good against Scum as well. Piro, I think he'll do bits. Goalkeeper, obviously was the one place we had nobody in my eyes, really. I didn't want Melier or Darlow to start, so that were key, and that's been sort of ironed out today. And now, like I say, we're only probably a Paixão and a Muniz signing, really, off a perfect window. And I know perfect can get thrown around a bit too much, but I don't know what more they could do, really. We are pretty much close to having an absolute 10 out of 10 window for me, and who would have thought would have said that 10 days ago? So, yeah, I'm absolutely buzzing with this. To see Leeds being ruthless, we've bided us time. We've brought in players of decent quality for cheap fees, with a view, I think, for the last 2 or 3 signatures that we will sign to be big money transfers. And fair play to 49ers. Fair play. This is probably the best window, even now, currently up to now, I can remember in a long time. Really is. The original late night Leeds. Fucking hell. The only. All right, Matty lad, hey up, buddy. Stack, Perri and Paixão would be some week. Yeah, and they're all players, really, that are too good for a newly promoted side. We're lucky, being Leeds United, we've got that pull for me. We're huge. The potential, everything, you'll be able to sell these players. In terms of the stadium developments coming, it's just an exciting project is Leeds right now. But for a newly promoted side, you're looking at, for me, none of those players had signed for the Burnley, your Southamptons and your Leicesters year before. No, none of these players are signed for them, for me, in my opinion. I've left Sunderland out there because I don't want to jinx it. Because I see, at one point they were nicking all our players. But how good does that feel now when you look at Sunderland signing Diarra, signing Siddiqui, players who's going away for AFCON, players who aren't tall or maybe physical in the way they compose themselves and play on the pitch. But you compare them to and you think, yeah, we wouldn't have minded them. But then you got Stack. Stack's a better deal for me. And the financials behind it, Stack compared to a Diarra, it's chalk and cheese for me. They've nailed it. They've absolutely nailed it so far. And let's hope, yeah, the 2 biggest transfers still to come. Yeah, Paul, you bang up money, mate. Bang up money. They are still to come. And I firmly believe they'll absolutely smash it. There's no need to think anything otherwise now for me. Richard, I would give you 2 likes for your tapping, but it takes it. If you do it twice, yeah, I know it does. Yeah, please stick a like on. 12th place finish on the horizon. I've never looked higher than like 16th, 15th, 16th, and I'm looking higher than that now, mate. Maybe 14th. Evening, Matty, Big Bastards United, MOT, all these are. Yeah, Tony, hope you're well. Yeah, it really is. I mean, what's Perri? 6'5" as his goalkeeper? Unbelievable. Happy with our targets, but not sure on Muniz. Not sure what that will get him, or not sure on him as a player. Because I think as a player, it suits to a T. Top banana, I really do. John Charles was a big fella for his day, yeah, man. Good stuff, mate. Good stuff. Yeah, well. Duncan, great to see that the 49ers aren't just aiming for 17th. It's much higher. They aren't done yet. Yeah, 100%, mate. 100%, Duncan. You aim for 17th and you just miss it, you're relegated, aren't you? I love that. I didn't expect this calibre of player, I won't lie, to becoming a Leeds United. And I know it's not done yet. It's just a bid gone in. There doesn't sound to be much noise of any big European clubs or anyone in Europe looking at him. Though Marseille could guarantee Champions League football, that's hard to compete with. Maybe we were second choice. We'll just have to get over that, won't we? It is what it is. If Marseille are no longer at the table and Leeds United are, what a great position to be in. And whatever we need to do now, just get it done for me. I think you've got to be careful with deals, obviously. There's that sell-on clause that's sort of like in my head. Is that going to have to be part of the deal, or is that just because Marseille couldn't hit the fee or get close to the fee they wanted up front? So is that why there were a bit of a sell-on clause percentage, which were apparently rumoured to be 30%? I don't think Leeds would be wanting to put anything like that in there. There may be some sort of percentage in there, 10, 15% maybe seems to be standard now. I think we got 15% when we sold Cresswell, didn't we? So I don't know if there'll be something in there, but I always thought that'd be a stumbling block for Leeds. But if we've got the cash to stump up, up front, which it appears that we have, looking like we've put in a £35 million bid, according to the Feyenoord Transfermarkt X account. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So yeah, we've made a serious attempt tonight to get Paixão from Feyenoord, and this really is a game changer, a needle mover. What people talk about. That's it, David. We get this player, we aren't going down. You can't go down with these sort of. I mean, you can. We've seen it before. We're decent size, but we ain't going down with these sort of players. We ain't. You can imagine the conversations we're having with them. We're not a club now that we're putting in relegation release clauses. That ain't happening. Relegation loan clauses. There may be something in there saying there'll be a fee if you were to get relegated. There's a fee for you to move on, but we'll definitely put in the best interest of the club forward before the player for me now. And I think at certain points of the window, maybe we've lost out on a few targets because of this. Maybe Leeds have been stubborn. Maybe the 49ers have driven a hard bargain in certain areas of the contract negotiations where maybe a Sunderland are a little bit naive to that and would maybe put something in that, they maybe not face the hardships Leeds have faced. Last few years with contract negotiations we had through Orta and Radrizzani, we've made some massive errors. And I feel like maybe at certain times this window, that's prevented us signing a couple of these players. But good, state your principles. You stand your ground and you only offer what you're okay to offer and what feels right. And for me, we've got it absolutely perfect so far. And I couldn't be more chuffed at minute of what we're seeing. 49ers knowing how to do contracts, people in meltdown. Matthew, this is it, mate. This is it. And, I understand it to a degree. There were a few days where Sunderland were really starting to piss me off. But you look at it now, don't get me wrong, I've been fairly cool about it the whole time. I've sort of seen this coming. I didn't see any reason to panic when there were still 6-7 weeks before Everton, at the time. It was mental, but I was getting a little bit knocked off with Sunderland sort of coming in for every player, and they seem to be getting them and us not. But all of a sudden, it's just flicked on it. Longstaff through door, Stack through door, Paixão, Perri. It's just gone to a new level now. Said how long, and I laughed at you a few weeks ago, Top Banana, but it's getting closer and closer. How small will Nonto and James look in the team lineup on Sky? Ramazani as well. For as many 6 foot plus lads we've got a few 5'7" and under, I think, haven't we? But yeah, it's going to be class. And Nonto, I'm really excited about this season, Richard. I really am. Still need someone to take the set pieces to feed the big fellas. Jack, yeah, Paixão would probably be that guy. Paixão would be that guy. I think if we sign him, he'll come through the door, and I think he'd be straight on set pieces, to be honest. Everything I've seen from him, he can take a mean free kick. He's got a decent strike from distance. I think he takes set pieces and stuff for Feyenoord. I takes some of them. So for me, if he comes in, he's that guy. And it's been a long time since you've had a set piece specialist, hasn't it, Jack? And for me now, we need one. There's no point getting all these 6'3", 6'4" players in and having that as a strength for Leeds United going forward, and not having the guy that can put it on his bonds. You know what I mean? So it'd be ludicrous not to bring someone in with that capabilities. When you look at it now, we are probably a backup fullback, maybe short, who isn't going to be in the side to take set pieces anyway, if we choose to bring one in. A striker and a left winger. So if we're looking at that squad now thinking, I'm not too sure if we've got a set piece taker in there, that left winger we bring in has to be the set piece taker for me, because James isn't a set piece taker. Ramazani, maybe we've not really seen it. Nonto, I'd say not as well, you know. So you're looking at whoever comes in on this left wing has probably been your set piece taker, and Paixão ticks every box. It ticks every box. Yes, Matthew, the Americans seem to be coming through. Yeah, exactly, Mikey does. Hey up, mate. Hey up, Dad. A nice catch alive. Cheers, pal. Liverpool looking at Cresswell. Yeah, mate, I could moan about that, but I'm choosing not to. It is what it is. It is what it is, mate. Easy. Matty, I told you we'd finish top 10, not because I believe in Farke, but because the 49ers are the best ownership of the club I have seen, and I've been Leeds for. There's still a long way to go before we finish top 10 easy. Come back in, what, a fair few months yet. Yeah, come back in nearly a year, mate. We'll speak then, but it's looking good. It's looking good to be well clear of relegation, mate, which is the main thing. That's the main thing. Hello, Matty, and all. What a window from Leeds United so far. Looks more to be done too. Yeah, I mean, I'm sort of surprised at the volume we've got. The quality doesn't surprise me that we've got a few really, really talented players in there, but the quantity, you know, Perri hopefully gets signed, still delivered, but it looks like it's a done deal. That's 7 players in, 7 players at this stage, you know, not even end of July yet. It's mental that we haven't even really we haven't let anyone go yet, bar Firpo, the people who are out of contract and the loan players going back. I'm really surprised at that, to have this amount of players in, you know, fair few in there, quality players too, experience international level, long staff, prem experience, but to have still held all that, you know, those fringe players, you know, your Greenwoods, your Gelharts and your Jabies and people like that. I'm surprised we haven't seen any of these go yet. It's class, so it's absolutely, it just goes to show we've got money. I don't know, we haven't spent, you know, well into 100 million yet, but it goes to show we're not stressing on money, considering we haven't sold anyone yet. Rumours coming back again of Solomon coming back. Would we want him now? I'd be happy with Solomon back end at window, mate, if we couldn't get a deal for someone of a Paixão's level, because I'm of the opinion that Ramazani and Solomon as competition for each other is decent. A newly promoted side with that as your wing option, there's no wrong with that. But yeah, it feel a come down right now from Paixão, obviously. And obviously right now I don't want to think about Solomon because, you know, we've just put a bid in for Paixão, which is brilliant. But what I will say is Solomon's a really good player. We're very fond of him as a fan base for getting that goal at Winners League. So if we don't get a deal for the next level up of player, which is Paixão from a Solomon, maybe even from a Ramazani, I would be happy with Solomon later in window as sort of a last resort, which I think he'll still be potentially available back end. If he becomes available, it will be the back end, should I say, if he becomes available at all. Paixão deal will be done tomorrow, mate. Fantastic. I don't know. I hope so. Maybe it'll move really quickly. This one, mate. We'll have to see. Still a bit of work to do potentially, but yeah, it would be class. It would be class. BMG, sup, Matty? Just wanted to mention that I thought your reworking of the MOT song is mint. Well done. Thanks, BMG. Glad you liked it, mate. Thank you very much, buddy. Yeah, 100% he is. Absolute baller, mate. As a goalkeeper, his distribution, 72%, I think it is. Right up there with the best in the business, really. When you compare him to Milankovic-Savic, he's about 20% lower for his passing accuracy from the back. Long, you know, whether it's a short pass out from back or a long distance, massive difference there in that. So I'm really happy with Perri. I think it's a great amount of money. I think 15, just over 15 million quid. I thought it'd be more than that. He's been on his list, hasn't he, of what, 3, 4, 5 goalkeepers we wanted. He's been on that list, and to sort of get him nailed now, I'm absolutely made up. I didn't think he was available once Leon didn't get relegated. I thought he'd just stay there. So I'm absolutely made up we've got him too. I don't really know Muniz, but if we don't get him, I think there'll be alternatives. Yeah, same. I'd like Muniz. I think he's his number one target. It feels like he's been there all pre-season so far. Branded about that Leeds are after him. Fulham say they don't want him. It could end up being another Ben White saga. I hope it don't. We don't want to wait too long on that, because I do feel like we need that number 9 that we can all get excited about, and, you know, not Pirro be back up to, but someone Pirro's got to look up to and compete with, because I think going in with Pirro and Mecha, is it good enough? I would say not, even though I think they'll both do well. I think they both need somebody who's, I don't even want to say proven, but someone who's got a higher ceiling, someone who's potentially a lot better than what they are. So I think as a three, with then your backups behind them, whether it's Joseph, Bamford, I think they go, obviously, but maybe a Grace fourth choice. I do think we need that number 9 who we can all sort of get excited about, who we hope and hang us hat on can get that, maybe close to 15 goals. But yeah, Paixão's the one I really want to. Yeah, please stick a like on the video. There's 93 people in here. Please like and please subscribe if you're new here. Thank you. And White's forever. What's made the difference is we have offered them add-ons. If we keep up, which will make them play to their best. Yeah, that's it. You put achievable add-ons on, don't you? And like you say, then there's money there for hitting milestones, goals, staying up, appearance fees. Game 49ers really showing their determination, not have Leeds being a yo-yo team. Yeah, that's it. I don't think any of us thought we'd be a yo-yo team either, did we? If we're honest, I kind of looked at us and Sunderland and thought we can make a real fist of this. Yeah, your yo-yo teams are your Burnleys, teams like that. Potentially in Ipswich next year may come up, and I just feel they'll bounce up and down. Leeds, everything we've got planned, stadium expansion and all that, I feel like there's scope there to make a real fist of it and stay up and build, and hopefully in 3, 4, 5 years' time be doing what Villa are doing, and what we've seen Brighton doing, teams like that, being that top 10 fighting for those European spots. There's no reason why we can't do that. And I tell you what, you've got to set a foundation when you go up. You look at a Villa, you look at these sides that have gone up and done well. They've consolidated, and all of a sudden 2, 3, 4 years down the line, you look at the bench and they've got players worth 20 million plus just sat on the bench. Not kids like we've had in Prem, not unproven players, not players Farke don't trust. You look at your bench and you're thinking, wow, they'd play for a handful of Premier League teams as starters. That's what these teams have done. They've gone up and they've improved the squad where the bench players should be starters or would be starters in other teams. And that's where I sort of feel like we're laying the foundation now, where we're actually going to have a really healthy, strong bench with quality in there as well, and people Farke trust, I think, this time. And that just bodes well, doesn't it, for building a sustainable squad in the Premier League. BMGI goes far to say that some creators were almost irresponsible how they overreacted. Well, to perceived lack of activity. Really naive to judge it after a couple of weeks. Egg on face now. Yeah, it's just worrying it. We get so invested in it. We get so invested. So I've always been quite cool on it. I'm a football fan. I'm not a finance expert. I'm not a scout. I'm not any of these roles. I'm not a managing director or football director or any of it. I'm just a fan, and I'm a fan of watching football. So until we start losing games, I can speculate as much as I want that Bornau's not a good player, that Mecha won't do it, that Ramazan is not good enough to start, whatever. Do you know what I mean? Until I see him kick a football around a rectangular piece of grass, I ain't got a clue, have I? So I ain't going to comment. Give it. If we haven't won in 4, I'll start mourning that. If the players look poor after 5 or 6 games, I'll make judgment. But I ain't going to make judgment now. Even going back 10 days when we brought in 4 or 5, I still thought we were ahead of our curve, our normal curve. I felt like we were ahead of it. We've had summers when we went up with Bielsa, and we're thinking, we're 3 or 4 players away from, maybe being in Europe, you start losing your head a bit. And we're bringing Firpo and James. I think he was like just not enough, and you just think, wow, if that's all we brought in, that'd be right. Like we brought in decent amount of bodies 10 days ago. I think we're at 4, weren't we? I was quite happy with the way we were for us. So I definitely weren't losing my head, but I do understand people do. So I will mourn for you, Matty. Funny man. Hey up, Glenn, just subscribe. Hope we do. Thanks, buddy. Means a lot, mate. Thank you so much. Yeah, me too, buddy. We're bidding for him. We've stayed in there, stayed in the hunt as second fiddle. I reckon we get it done, me. I do. We'll get a quality number 10, mark my words. We will. Easy. I hope we get a 10. I don't think we do, but that's fair enough. And I know a lot of people are sort of agreeing with my sort of mind space on this. If it looks like we're heavily reliant on that midfield space, and I think we've got 5 midfielders in there, which we need if we're going to play free. If we were to sell a Gruev, move him on, which I don't think we do, maybe then I'd agree. If we went with 4, but I do think we'll play a 4-3-3. But hopefully, I'd get a 10-2, and we can go between them. But we'll have to see. Do you see a surprise signing after even a winger and number 10, number 9? Sorry. To be fair, if it were for me to be surprised, I think we get Paixão now. I do. I think we get a 9. It might not be Muniz. It might not be, but we'll get a 9. A decent. It'll be a decent fee, I think, as well. We'll go all out for the 9, and then maybe a fullback just to flush that squad out. But I think if we were to get a 10 and it not be like a loan, or say we signed McAtee for 25 million, came out of nowhere, that'd be a shock to me. If we went out and spent 15 upwards on a 10 after getting a Paixão and a striker, that would be a surprise to me. Because I think you'll look at the 10 role and think, well, they've got Aronson, which, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I want him to play, but I think Farke might look at it and go, we've got Aronson, Nonto, Ramazani, we can play Tanaka or Longstaff a bit more, we can play a Metcher a little bit deeper with a striker in front of him. I think there's a few rotational options there where they can still play a 4-2-3-1 without bringing in a main number 10, potentially. Not saying I agree with that, but I could see reasons to believe why they may think that as a club. So I think if we spent a lot on a 10, Matthew, I'd be surprised. X-Man out, buddy. Mate, if we can get Paixão, it's a Rafinha-esque signing. The signing alone could take us from 17 to mid-10. I couldn't agree anymore, mate. I really couldn't. And the fact he's Brazilian, the fact he knows Rafinha, I think they've had a conversation. I don't know if that's just rubbish, but apparently they've had a conversation. That's brilliant for us. Rafinha loves the club. We still see him wearing training gear and Leeds gear. He absolutely loves the club. He's falling in love with it. Unfortunately for us, he just reached that next level, way quicker than what Leeds did, and probably ever will, to be honest, unfortunately. We had him for 2 seasons. We saw what he'd done, and look at him now. He's best player in the world currently, and has been for the last 12 months. And Paixão will look at that pathway. He will look at it coming from Feyenoord. He come from Rennes. Definitely scope for him to look at what Rafinha's done and think that could be me. And I don't want to be a stepping stone, no, but where we are right now, if you got told now in 2 years' time Paixão leaves and goes to Real Madrid or Barcelona, but you've stayed up for the last 2 years and you're consolidated and you've sold him for double what you paid for him, you'd bite their hand off. You won't look at it and go, I don't want to lose him. You'd bite their hand off for him. Yeah, potentially BMG, yeah. X-Man, if Paixão doesn't come for the 35 mil offered to find out, I think we just need to accept that he's holding out for Marseille to come back. Yeah, I mean, I also think there's a possibility, that Feyenoord price him out and he stays at Feyenoord another year. I think he's got, is it 3 years left in his deal? So, yeah, I mean, do they need money? Maybe. I don't know. It's a lot of money to sort of turn down, but if they've got a figure in their head and no one matches it, maybe he'll still be at Feyenoord next season. We'll have to see, won't we? Yeah, I know, mate. Matty, I meant to say a few people on some Facebook groups love your MLT version. Oh, do they, mate? I haven't seen that, mate. You'll have to tag me in them. So do you want Paixão or Muniz? I want them both, mate. Different positions. I'd love them both. Matty, you have taken down your Joseph shirt. I have, mate. I have. And now it's me. Look, number 13, Foster from Creators Cup. You're not telling my club you don't want to play for them, and you want to move, and you're still hanging up on my wall, pal. I don't want to do with it now. But you got a signed Joseph shirt, just sat doing no. Yeah, I did, Matthew. Yeah, the way he punched, he literally can punch a ball over half at pitch, can't he? His throws are just ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. Perry, he's a step up on Priestley. Yeah, he is, mate. Yeah, good spot, Mike. 100%. Yeah, this is my only worry with getting Paixão. I've really got to park my player love for Ramazani out of the way. Hoping Ramazani blossoms in the Premier. I think he's got so much more to come. Problem is, if we sign a Paixão, and I know Ramazani would probably start the season because Paixão's got a little knock on him. He's out for a bit, so maybe his pre-season's been hampered, I think. Ramazani may start. At what point does Paixão come in and then Ramazani drops out? At what point does Ramazani get enough game time then to show his capabilities? We saw last season he was behind Solomon. He couldn't get past Solomon. And I think Ramazani, I think he's better than Solomon. I think I just do. But Solomon was brilliant last season. But I'm a massive Ramazani fan, and everyone has, you know, looks at a player and thinks might have a different opinion. But I think Ramazani's class, and I think if Paixão comes in, how can we, expect Ramazani to get minutes over Paixão when he couldn't over Solomon at Champ? Ramazani at the minute is giving everything he can do in pre-season to show, I'm here, I'm good enough, let me play. So hopefully he maintains that in pre-season, because to be fair, we have seen if you do well in pre-season, you get a chance when the season starts. We saw that with Joseph last season. So, yeah. The 49ers cannot afford to go down. Yeah, they can't, mate. And that's why they're spending money now. That's why they're spending money. Top 10, easy. Got genuine class all the way through. Yeah, I love that, mate. Honestly, I can't be where you want top 10 stuff, but I hope you're right. Michael got the 49ers need to be strong. Did not get hardballed by Joseph Selby. Better start trying on apparently. Yeah, they are. And honestly, I can't stand that club. I cannot stand that club. You want this player, pay the money. Apparently, Leeds may consider it just a loan, a straight up loan, no obligation, no option, no note. Fair enough, let him go there and play football, I guess, and he's still in our control, then come back to us a better player. But I don't like it. If you want him, just pay money like everybody else has to. Yeah, please stick a like on. Please subscribe if you don't mind. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you. So, yeah. So, I made a little image earlier. So let's look at this. Let me just get rid of that. So, I did this earlier just to sort of look at, I've seen a few figures drafted about, but so you look at Ball now, brought him in for 5.1 million quid. 15 million quid for Biol. Stack, £17.3 million, rising to 19.9 million. Longstaff, 12 million, rising to 15. And Nemetcha, a free transfer. And I honestly believe this is going to be an absolute mint signing. I've just got a feeling it's going to be a class signing. Goodmanson, 10.3 million. And obviously, Perri, yet to be signed, sealed, delivered. But looks like we've agreed on 15.6 million quid. So that's 7 players in. At 75.3 million quid. So just over £10 million, on average over 7 players. Rising to 80 with the add-ons, which obviously you can't really include in the books, really, because you've got to hit those milestones for that money to even become a thing. So yeah, 75 million spread over 7 players. It's less than 11 million pound a player. It's great business. Bornau, international caps. Biol, loads of international caps. Stack, international caps. Longstaff, 180 Premier League games under his belt. Champions League games. Goal against PSG. Goodmanson, international caps. And Metcha, international caps. Perri, no international caps. Brazilian squad player. I think he got called up to one of the latest squads. Top player. One of the best goalkeepers in Liga. One of the top goalkeepers in Europe. 27 years old, I think. 6'5". Oh, unbelievable business. And you look at you say we're comparing ourselves, or we were getting compared to Sunderland 2 weeks ago. They spent 130 million or something, 120, 130 million, and 70% of all the balls going out to AFCON. They're losing for a month. Like this, just looking at that screen there, how can you deny anything other than we are absolutely smashing it this window? We are smashing it this window. So good. So good. And then you look at it and go, 75 million quid on these. We said, didn't we? We've heard around 150 million potentially Leeds will spend. Apparently around 150 million. That other 75 million might come in next 2 players. It might come in next 2 players. It's probably going to be. And then all of a sudden we hit us 150. We've brought in 9 players and we're pretty much done. Pretty much done. May bring in a low fee player, experienced fullback to help with Byram, and maybe Schmidt. Maybe Schmidt goes out. We'll have to see. But come on, look at that business. It's absolutely outstanding business. Yeah, BMG, 100%. 100%. Mate, what is the opening melody? Never heard it. So it's my song. So my intro It's called Imagine Not Being Leeds. If you look at my videos, Kilgallen, I've actually got an Imagine Not Being Leeds, the full song. I wrote the lyrics and AI has sang it. I do a bit of singing, but I can't do it that well, so I decided to do it through AI. So yeah, I wrote the lyrics and then I put it through AI and it brought and it gave me that version. So yeah, I have got the full video, full song version on video if you check my videos, mate. So yeah, thanks for that, Kilgallen. Love it. John, I can't honestly, I cannot feel any more buzzing than I do right now. You know, I'm going to Dublin in a few weeks to watch these play. You know, I'm absolutely on cloud nine with where my club is currently. I hate not watching football. Football started trickling through again now with friendlies. It's exciting times ahead. You know, I'm hopefully getting a ticket for Arsenal away. I've got Everton at home. I've got Dublin before that. I'm absolutely buzzing, and my club's doing business like this, which is just a statement of intent that we're going fucking nowhere. You know what I mean? It just is. With Perri coming in along with the new defenders and midfielders, we are solid now, strong backbone, 100%. Be hard to beat first, and then go win game. Be hard to beat, keep it tight, and then go win game. We've got players we can bring off bench now. We've got players who, you know, bring a Paixão in and others, and you've got match winners who can win you that game, nick you that goal in a tight game. But yeah, so solid. We look so solid. Yeah. So we've had Argentinian flags, haven't we? We've had USA flags. Maybe this season it's going to be a host of Brazilian flags. We've even had Japan flag with Tanaka. We're going to one or two more Brazilians. All of a sudden, it's Brazil flags everywhere. Potentially easy, potentially. Clever business for the 49ers, getting solid signs at the back. Now for some ice on the cake, yeah. Aisha, hope you're doing well. Almost a weekend, Aisha. We've almost made it. Andy, I'm trying to remain positive, but some signings we got to take with faith. Christensen came with a big fanfare. Yeah, I mean, there is a little bit to that. You know, it is. You are sort of hoping they hit the ground running. You're hoping they're as good as what we read and what we see on highlights and stuff. But everyone's got that. You know, Sunderland are excited about their business, but until Prem starts, until a couple of months in, you don't really know how they're going to acclimatise. You don't know how good they are. But you've just got to. It's hard not to be excited. You've just got to try and forget about that. You know, everyone's got that same worry. Are the players are bringing in good enough? And you don't know until season starts. But right now, what a place to be, mate. What a place to be. That Foster is better than Joseph anyway. You know it, mate. Not bad for a fat lad. He scores. I think Ramazani is better than Solomon, but got injured at the wrong time. Mate, he got injured at Watford. Well, at home at Watford, I was there. Shot from outside box. Keeper fumbled it in net. At that moment, is the best player in the Championship for me at that moment. He started the season off on fire, did Ramazani. Lost his place. Solomon didn't deserve to lose his place once he got it up until towards back end of the season when he could have utilised Ramazani more. But let's not go down that alleyway because, yeah, you can't argue with Solomon playing, getting goal, 100 points. But Ramazani, if he wouldn't have got injured, it could have been the flip reverse. It could have been Solomon having the Ramazani minutes because Ramazani probably wouldn't have deserved to lose his shirt. So, again, I think Ramazani is good enough for a starting spot, and he's probably going to have to rival someone like a Paixão, hopefully, because again, no one's a back. I don't want backups in this. Currently now, Byram is a backup for Goodmanson, and I love Byram. I don't like having that option. I want competition for places. Do you know what I mean? If Schmidt's second right back, he is back up to Bogle. Probably the only positions, probably a fullbacks at minute where I say we've got backups. We haven't got competition and depth. It's backup options. If Biden had to play 10 weeks in a row because Goodmanson were out, would you be happy with that? If Schmidt had to play 10 games in a row because Bogle were out, would you be happy with that? Probably not. Everywhere else, you're probably all right. You're probably looking all right. You know, if we get Paixão and he's injured, Ramazani. If you've got James is injured, you've got Nonto up front. If we bring a 9 in, he gets injured. You've got Pino. There's competition all across. Full-time Leeds. I think James will struggle to hold on his first team spot. All the personal skill, he will struggle. Be interesting to see. I think he starts it. It's his to lose. I'm expecting a really good Dan James this season, mate. But you are right. Nonto looks brilliant, by the way, and maybe Nonto could take that spot. Duncan, I've been expecting around 150 million spend, but there's no saying that's true, mate. I'm not sure. I'm amazed that Joseph has done what he did, considering that Nonto tried it and failed spectacularly. Yeah, I'm surprised too, but I think he knows he's going to be like fourth choice, and he needs to be playing football. So I sort of understand it on the player front, but you could see Farke very annoyed with him for it. You know, end of the day, if he'd got his head down in training in pre-season and done something similar to what he did last pre-season, maybe he'd be banging on his door saying I should be starting again. Last pre-season, he did that. And he's thrown baby out of bathwater a little bit, made himself look a fool, I think. Yeah, me too, mate. Graham Smith on Square Ball said he will play on Saturday's match. Will Perri? Really? Sunderland's, by comparison, have spent 72 million on 3 players, all of whom will be going to AFCON. 100%. I agree. Tanganga would be a very good signing, especially if he can cover. Yeah, again, he can cover left back, he can cover centre half. I don't think we'll bring someone in like that now just for the reason that we're stacked at centre half. I think we'd bring him in if maybe we sold a Pascal Strauch, but I think we need someone. BMG for me, like I'm annoyed we didn't go for Kyle Walker-Peters, who's gone to West Ham. I've said it for weeks and months. Free transfer. He is competition for Bogle at right back, and I think Bogle's better, but no question he rivals Bogle at right back, and he's great competition for Goodmanson at left back because he can play. He's like Biden, he can play both sides. Maybe not as well because he'd be right-footed on left-hand side, but that would have been a great option. And for me, I'd have been happy at full-backs then. Yeah, maybe we'll tap into loan as well back end just to flush that squad out a little bit more. Yeah, for money, I'd have him. I just don't think we'll look there now. I know he can play left back as well, but I think I don't think we'll go there just with how many we've got. Matt, hey up, Matty. That fat lad worth 32 mil. You okay? Well, I'm good, Mark. Hope you're well, mate. Hope you're well. Staying around the 100 mark, even with Joe on live. You've told everyone now. Thanks so much. Yeah. Please stick a like on video. Thanks for everyone who's watching, man. I really appreciate it. Crew and great are the ice on the cake or the real gravy. Leeds AG. Graham said Stack will play. Stevie Perri wasn't even close signing when Smith was on Square Ball. Yeah, that's I didn't get that one either, mate. But yeah, it'd be Stack that'll play. I'd expect that too. Maybe BMG. What I'll say is signing Perri is exciting when you think of James on counter. Because like I say, you've all seen Perry's distribution. Catching ball, releasing it, fisting it, which is with like a fucking volleyball, but he launches it, and a throw is definitely more accurate than a kick. And if he can get that ball, and James is on his bike like we know he likes to do, that could create so many chances from Perri collecting ball and forward thinking quick, you know, getting that ball to Dan James. So Dan James is a great weapon to have for us to get out when we struggle, you know, when his back's against the wall, and someone like Perri can find him. Distribution's good. He throws. He can throw it past the halfway line. So straight away, James is even more deadly weapon for me, having someone like Perri in goal. Bring it off. Yeah, I've seen that, mate. Yeah. Rest in peace. One of my childhood heroes when I used to watch wrestling, not so much anymore. I think Farke will probably start Ampadu, but personally, I'd have Longstaff, Tanaka, and Stack in front of him. Yeah, it's difficult. It's difficult what sort of concoction we'll have in midfield. All I know is I'm absolutely buzzing with that depth. Absolutely buzzing with that depth. Yeah, I'm made up with that. One other thing about Ramazani is that he's very two-footed, right-footed, but scores some bangers. Yeah, honestly he's such a talent. I kind of feel bad for him that we're even looking at Igor Paixão, but that's where I've got to just take my Ramazani out of and be like, we need quality players in squad. So yeah, I'm a little bit gutted for him that we're looking that high up. But as a fan, it's what we want, innit? It's what we want. Craig Smith, hey up, mate. We added some real strength so far, but the goalkeeper was so important, and it's a brilliant signing. Yeah, so the goalkeeper, mate, I were really cool on it. I weren't flapping. And then I watched a scum game, and both keepers did okay. And then I've seen some of the training footage, and they've really focused on Darlow. They've really focused on Darlow. He's made some brilliant saves. I'm sure you'll have all seen that Dan James volley, which he made an incredible save, Darlow. I feel like they're really focused on Darlow. Probably now it'll be second choice. But there were a little niggle in me the last couple of days where I was like, wow, I wonder if they're going to risk it, you know, and go with Darlow and Melier in whichever order. And I've been cool on it, thinking that number one needs to happen. At the end of last season, I said it was my main target. As the window's gone on, I've been cool on it, thinking we'll get someone later on it window. It doesn't need to happen straight away. You know, you can hang on. Your outfield players need to get used to the system and all that. The goalkeeper can come in later. But the last couple of days, I was panicking. So that news today that we've agreed a fee with Leon for Perri, what news to my ears? Absolutely buzzing with it. BMG, you're way too rational to be a Leeds content creator. Oh, cheers, mate. Cheers. Bornau can play left or right back. Yeah, I think he can play. I've actually got I think here actually. Let's have a look on here. It's a little bit small, to be fair. Bornau got him on here. This is from LUFC data. They've got him that he can play on right. I don't think he could play on left anyway. I didn't think that before I brought this up, but that's sort of our depth. When you look at it, it's pretty good. It's just, for me, it's just that fullback I look at. I don't know how good Bornau is on the right for how Leeds want to play. You know, imagine losing Bogle and sticking a centre half at right back. I don't know how good that would be for him to get up and down. I don't know if he'd just be plugging a gap there, just filling in. But yeah, when you look at the depth in other areas, it's pretty stacked. The keeper, I expect obviously Millier to go. You got Mahedi, Cairns fighting out for third choice. Your keeper, once we've got Perri signed on dotted line, that's you done there. Your centre halves, I hope there's no noise late on it window. I can imagine late on it window someone like a Spurs or just someone coming in for Pascal Struijk. That until window shuts, I won't rule out someone coming in for Struijk, because if he doesn't start, I mean, it maybe starts against Everton with all being out. Maybe that keeps his spot for opening few games, maybe. So we'll have to see. But if it stays like that, great depth. You've got Debayo as like a last option, but Biol, Struijk, Rodon, Bornau, Stack as another option, with Ampadu as another option. It's great depth. Great depth. Left back, like I say, Gudmundsson, Schmidt and Byram. Is Schmidt really a fullback? We thought so. I don't think he's played any minutes at fullback for Leeds. He's been a wing. He's been in central midfield. I think Schmidt can play there. I've got a feeling Schmidt may vacate Leeds as well and go on loan. His agent said not long ago, didn't he, about it's World Cup year. He needs minutes, so we'll have to see, because he ain't going to be guaranteed minutes. But I'd say at fullback area is the only really area I look at and think I'm a bit weak. Central midfield, I haven't seen it this strong. Fucking 20-odd year. It's class. Longstaff, Tanaka, Stack, Gruev, Chambers on there too. Ampadu. It's nuts. It's nuts how many midfielders we've got. The wing, again, we are one shy of being, in terms of volume of quality, the four we had last year. Obviously, you put Paixão in here, and you have Nonto and James at right, Ramazani and Paixão on left. Harrison, we need to move on. Just need that bad apple out for me. The 10 role's quite an interesting one, because people saying we still need a 10. You look at this, and this is where I'm sort of going with it. A Metcha can definitely play for me in that role. Different to a Maverick, a Pablo, yes. Your Buendias, your Hammers have been linked with early on, but I don't think Leeds will go for a technically gifted, smaller, agile player. I don't think we'll go that way. If we were going to go for a 10, I think it'd be someone like an Metcha, sort of physical. They can hold the ball up, bring people into play, that sort of 10. But yeah, in that 10 role now, you've got a Metcha who could definitely play there. Aronson, obviously, will be an option. Nonto, Tanaka, it's got Gray and Chadwick there, but obviously you have got Ramazani as an option, even though Farke didn't utilise him in champ, so he probably wouldn't utilise him or Nonto in 10 either. But it's an option. And obviously up top, Pirro and Metcha, great. And obviously you've still got your Josephs and your Bamfords currently on the books. See what happens. But in terms of depth, and we all know we've got 2 more to get, at least, potentially 3. Fucking hell, come on. It's looking good, innit? It's looking bloody brilliant. It's looking absolutely brilliant. It really is. Yeah, it's all right, mate. Can't wait for a week before Everton. Remove that. Get my ugly mug back. I'm seeing all these options for our starting 11. Yeah. Well, there they all are, mate. There they all are. Good times, man. You going down and Leeds. Yeah, it's been said there's teams sniffing around Ramazani. Try to get him on. If we loaned Ramazani, I'd be fuming. Darlow is a really good second choice. Yeah, he is. He's not a bad keeper. He just needs game time, said all season. Yeah, well, hopefully we get Perri and he gets no game time other than cup games. But yeah, he's great. He's a great second option. He's experienced as well. I thought we'd wait till later for a keeper, but if Perri is confirmed, then I'm very happy. I say exactly the same, mate. I think alike. Top Banana would have been okay with Darlow being number one, but glad we're getting a kid. Whoa, really? Really? I think there'd have been meltdown central if we'd have started season with Darlow or Millier, to be fair. And I like Darlow, I do, but everyone had been waiting for the first mistake, and then it'd been, right, why haven't you done this? Why haven't you done this? Look at Ball now on transfer market, and it will show if he can play left back. I knew he could play right back, but I don't think, no, I don't think he can do left back, mate. It's just right back. I think he'd go out on loan too, Wildebayo, mate. I really do. Have you seen Perri punch it? Yeah, honestly, crazy technique. Why is volleyballing a football half at pitch? I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. Do I reckon it gets done? Yeah, I do, mate. I think it either gets done or it stays at Feyenoord. Doesn't sound like there's anybody else at the table, and I've seen quite a few people. I've had a few messages as well saying, well, there's no top clubs looking at him. Why is there no top clubs looking at him if he's that good? Leeds United are fucking looking at him. Top club. If we keep Schmidt, we're pretty okay at fullback. But if he leaves, yeah, well, I'm sort of the opinion that Schmidt currently right now is backup fullback. But is that good enough? BMG? I don't know. He hasn't played bad in one minutes he's played as Schmidt. But is it good enough? You know, I don't know. Ampadu at centre back or Strauch in the Everton game alongside Rodland. Yeah, it's a talking point. I'd go Strauch myself. Everyone knows how good Ampadu plays alongside Rodland at championship level. I wouldn't risk it first game of the season. I'd go with Strauch. But yeah, it's an interesting pick. This is one good-looking team, not only just to stay up, but remain in the Premiership for a few seasons. Yeah, we're in forever now, hopefully, building it year after year, innit? Pido can play 10, depending on how he wants to play. Yeah, 100%. He's gone from, when we had Jorginho a couple of years ago, and he would up front and Pido were in 10, like, what are you doing? It's just so disjointed, it's not working. Now Pido looks like he can play that deeper role and play it well. It looks like he can play it and play it well. Yeah, it's got to be Strauch who starts in Everton game. Heard rumours Buendia is being mentioned at the 10 on. Yeah, I think that's just rumours that have been there, since Farke's been here. Honestly, I would be gobsmacked if we signed Buendia. I just don't think we're going to sign one of those technical small players. I just don't. Yeah, I'd say so, Joe. I'd say so. I just hope AC Milan have an all right side fielded as well, but I've got a feeling it'll be under 21s because they play the Blue Scum, don't they? At Stamford Bridge day after, which is a kicking knackers when I've spent all much money I've spent to go. But maybe it'll mean we'll run out decent winners, a healthy 4-5-0 maybe. Plenty of goals, plenty of excitement and entertaining. But I wanted to see him make a real fist of it against a top draw opponent. But we'll have to see. Maybe I've got that wrong. Can't believe they took the piss out of that porn sash. The more people mention it, the more it just stays on. But yeah, when Oscar says, because I was dead nervous, obviously, before we played. And he was like, nervous. Look at you. Bloody tash. Got porn tash. You've got your R9 top on. You don't look like you're nervous. Well, I bloody will. Do I reckon we pay 40 and get Muniz? I think 40 sounds a lot, doesn't it? 40 sounds a hell of a lot. But I think we put an official bid in for him. Again, I think we did one early, didn't we? Yeah, I can see Leeds maybe bidding up to 35 on both players. As that'll equal 70. Add that to what we've spent already. You're in around that 140 to 150 mark. I don't think I can't imagine it being a £40 million sale, but you never know, do you? But when you look at Fulham, they've got the 35-year-old Jimenez. They've got him. Who else have they really got who they know can do it? And the sort of know Muniz can do it at Premier level. He scored 8 goals, 3 assists last season. They know he can do it. He's an exciting player, still young, 23, 24. They're going to have to make a serious striker signing to offload him. So I suppose it depends what Fulham do. There's no need to sell him. Buendia on loan would be okay, but based now, yeah, honestly, I don't think we get a 10. But if we want to sign Buendia on loan tomorrow, for me, great. More options. And you wouldn't be forced to play him or start him, like you say. BMJ could sit on bench and it'd be available for games when he needs that spark. I wouldn't want him to come in a 4-2-3-1 and put all his eggs in that basket, bearing in mind he's been broken for a few years. Ian Brown, hey up, buddy. If you sign that Paixão, that would be a tremendous signing for you, especially with James and Nonto up top, danger size. Ian Brown, if we sign Paixão, there'll be no fear of relegation for me. I'm already struggling to see us struggling this season, Ian. And I know you're probably feeling very confident about you lot too, and so you should be. Your owners have been very ambitious. And it's great to see. It's great to see a club come up and really give it a go. And really plan on staying up and building a future in Premier League. I'm buzzing for you guys. It's been exciting. You don't get the feeling Leeds or Sunderland are here to mess around. But I'll be honest with you, mate, from where we were a couple of weeks ago, which I didn't think were too bad, but as a fan base, a lot of people weren't too happy that we haven't brought in. It felt like, 10 days ago, we brought in a couple of squad players and a couple of, good players, I suppose. All of a sudden now, fast forward 10 days, and we brought in 7 players. The quality is there. We've got a thick squad as it stands. There'll still be a few to leave, but it looks like now we're getting that real creme de la creme to put, a cherry on top. And yeah, you're right. Paixão comes. He is not a signing you make, as a newly promoted side. He's not a signing you make when you're going to get relegated. So we signed Paixão, mate. Everyone watch out. Everyone watch out anyway. We're looking well good. Really, Mac? Have you actually seen that? Because I haven't seen any links to Buendia or Hamer for a fair few weeks now. And I just don't see it happening. If he's fit, I don't think they'll play him because he's going to miss 2 weeks of pre-season, which isn't. He'll still be back for Everton. He's still back. I think he's back for Milan game. I think, if you've got Pascal Strout playing and available these next 2 weeks as well, I don't see Barnau doing enough in the time frame of him getting back fit to jump Strout or an Ampadu potentially. Leeds SPG, are people concerned about Paixão because he is currently injured? No, I don't think it's a major injury. He's missing a bit of pre-season, yeah, but I think they'll back Ramazani a bit of play there until Paixão's fit. I don't think it's never good impact in pre-season, is it? You're right. You are right. I thought same, but I think if he's available, basically, this could be the only time Leeds get him. You imagine when we got Rafinha, if he'd have been injured for a few weeks, 4 or 5 weeks pre-season, we hadn't pushed the button on Rafinha when we did, he'd have still been the player he is now for me. Missing 5 weeks of pre-season, he'd have still been the world-class player now that he, so maybe argue that if he wouldn't have gone to Leeds, maybe he wouldn't have been, but for me, he's a world-class player now as Rafinha. If he wouldn't have pushed the button because he had a little niggle or were out for a few weeks in pre-season, we'd have messed up massively there. So I think you're right in what you're saying, but I think he's that good, it won't impact him. I think he's that good. If we can get him indoor, he can be in and around the club, the manager can see how pre-season's going. He can learn his role, sort of that way. When he gets involved in matches and training, I think he's that good. It won't matter, in my opinion. Wow, I don't know what's happened there, but it's 209 people watching. That is the most I've ever had in my life, by some distance. So please like and please subscribe. That's actually crazy. Thank you. Yeah, please like, please subscribe. Oh my God. Going to be a great season. The Premier League. Oh my God. The Premier League needs a tough, dirty Leeds. Yeah, it does. Thank you. I don't know if Joe's done something there, but thank you. Nearly 276 people watching. Yeah. Thank you. Please like and please subscribe. I'd say it were going well until I saw that number. I just need. Can you turn that number off, please? Fulham have yet to make a single signing. Yeah, that's what I mean. There's a lot of teams in Prem. We were looking at Sunderland. A bit too much in depth, I think, a week or so ago. There's a lot more sides who can get dragged down to that bottom end of the Premier League where Leeds can jump them and really do some bits this season. And everything I'm seeing from us is just getting me dead excited. So I think we have at least 2 players in Nonto Ramazani who may be better suited to the. Yeah, I've seen this a lot, BMG. Some people will throw cold water on that and say, how can they be better in Prem than in Champ? But more time on ball. I think they've got a lot to prove. We've seen Nonto be a better Prem player than a Champ player. I think he ended the season well. He grew into the season last season. The Championship season probably ended a bit early for Nonto, to be fair. He was just coming into it. I think he was playing best football he'd played in a couple of years with Nonto at the time of the season ending. And Ramazani looked brilliant as the season ended too. So I think you've got two very hungry, talented players there who on the day are match winners regardless of what division you're in. You put Dan James obviously in front of Nonto to start the season, but that's great depth. Absolutely superb depth. And obviously Ramazani and hopefully Paixão. Oh, my word. Oh, my word. Wow. Dirty Leeds, evening Matty, few great days, Perri and Stack. And if we can get these two Brazilians in, we'll have a fantastic window. Yeah, I agree. It's looking brilliant. I haven't been this excited for the season starting in a long time. The intent's there in it, under the old regime with Marcelo Bielsa there, we sort of know he sort of run the asylum. He fronted it up, didn't he? There was some idiots running the asylum behind it, and he sort of fronted it up, and without him, God knows where we'd be. But the business he's doing, like I say, a few people lost their head a few weeks ago, but in terms of the caliber of players we're now looking at, the experience we brought in with all international players by Longstaff, but he's so proven in Prem that it's just a great option. I'm just so happy that we've got owners that mean business. Leeds United should never just be making numbers up. And I understand it's a long road to become an established Premier League side year after year. We got there before, and it was tough. It was really tough. We had one really good year, and then we had two awful years. And it's so hard to build yourself up. But this is the way you do it. You bring this sort of caliber of player in your side where your bench is strong, the squad is strong, and international players. You're not an international if you're a poor player. And I think a couple of these players have stuff to prove. They're international players in terms of what they've done. They've got caps, but they're not current international players. So that there's hunger there, there's desire there. We've seen Robin Koch a few years ago come to Leeds, be getting in current German squads. Why can't Metchi do that? Bornau, Belgium, why can't he do that? Stack, he's going to get more caps for Germany playing for Leeds, 100%. He's done it, Annie. Helen Walker, just your aid. Thanks, Joe, mate. Wow. I don't think I've ever had a raid like this before. 300 people watching. That probably never happened again in my life. Thank you so much. Absolute legend. This is what happened when you score first goal at Creators Cup, innit? Thanks so much. Wow. Don't know what to say, guys. Thank you. Mental. I was hesitant of the window prior to Stack and Perri, but the 49ers have got me back on board. Yeah, and it's fine to be hesitant. It really is. I never was. Honestly, I saw this coming. Hey up, Danny. Smash like and subscribe, please. Hello, my first time watching. Hey up, Kimberly. Thank you. Honestly, Joe, you're a star. Thanks for doing this, mate. Thank you so much. Yeah, please like, please subscribe. There's so many new names in here. It's unbelievable. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Alan Austin, hey, mate. Honestly, I don't want to say. I really don't want to say. Alan Bell, Farke still 4-1 to be the first manager sacked. And I understand it in terms of newly promoted sides. We'll still be one of the favourites to get relegated, won't we? I understand it because all the stats sort of back it up. Newly promoted, Leeds are going to struggle. You look at fixtures, Everton's a decent start for us at home, but then Arsenal away, Newcastle at home. It is a tough 3 games. If you don't get that Everton game right, all of a sudden there's pressure on Farke. I understand why they say that, but for me, you've got to have that confidence in, as a Leeds fan, you've got to look at it and you can see what we're doing. You can see the business we're doing. It's brilliant. There's no reason for us to be looking over the shoulders for me. They're really isn't. Honestly, man, legend, absolute legend. Tapping King, that's me, Ryan. It got to be there though. You got to make the run. Luke B, big up content goal scorer, just your red, but thank you. And they'll never take that away from me. The inaugural Content Creators Cup, and I got the first ever goal. Buzzing. Absolutely buzzing. BMG dream scenario is to get Perri done, then Paixão, Muniz or similar, Uche, Tanganga, then a couple of loans to fill. Oh, mate, that might be a bit too much. For me, Paixão, Muniz would be great. A fullback who can play on the left and right, unless we're going to back Schmidt. and Byram to fill those spots, which is fine if they do. If that's what Farke believes is enough, that's fine by me. And maybe a couple of loans too, maybe, yeah. But I would be. I don't know about you guys, but I'm surprised we haven't released, got rid of players yet. Haven't offloaded the I don't like saying deadwood, but you know what I mean. Your Jabies, your Geldarts. Unfortunately, your Geldarts used to love him. Your Greenwoods, people like that. I'm surprised we haven't seen outgoings yet. We'll have to see when that happens. Everyone, how can please hit the please like, please subscribe. Honestly, man. Joe, you're a legend. All you people that have come over watch, thanks so much, man. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Craig Smith, agree. Paixão would make a difference in so many games this season and a real intent by the football club and a statement to the Premier League, 100%. And that's what I want to see. Like I say, Leeds United should be doing that. It's just so difficult this day and age in it to compete. When you look at, for Leeds to stay up, an established Premier League side's got to get relegated. That's the top and bottom of it. But I actually look at some of the sides this season. I think Wolves are weak. I think Brentford are weak. Your West Hams, your Evertons. There's quite a few we can easily compete with and push up. So my prediction, I think I said 15th or 16th. Maybe we're aiming higher than that. Maybe we're aiming higher than that. Get used to it, mate. Cheers, Carlos. Thank you. Hey up, Joe. Well done. He can't believe it. No, honestly, yeah. Funny looking guy called Joe sent me. My captain. Doing captain things. Thank you so much. David Goodall, you seem like a nice guy. Enjoy watching your show. Thanks, David. Thank you, mate. Really appreciate that. Tickle those likes. Yeah, please do. Thank you. Honestly, I can't honestly believe there's nearly 300 people watching. Thanks so much, man. One of us will stay up, I think, especially with Brentford. Yeah, I hope we both do. I hope us and Sunderland both stay up. Proper clubs. Proper clubs. Frank Spencer, MLT, MLT, Frank. Don't bottle it now, dude. Don't focus on. No, I'm cool now on a mooch. It got me a little bit there, man. It got me a little bit. But yeah, something like, thanks, Stuart. Matty, were you one of the goalkeepers? No, I wasn't. I was the goal scorer, Kimberly. I scored the first goal. There's a couple of links Danny's put in chat as well if you want to check them out. Yeah, and the sell-on clause that OM were willing to let go through in Paixão deal, we shouldn't. No, I don't know if that was just because they couldn't stump up the majority of the money up front, maybe, Wayne. I'd like to think if Leeds get a deal done, which hopefully they do, touch wood, there won't be a 30% sell-on clause, because that's a massive chunk of change. To be paying 35 million quid for a player and then having 30% sell-on as well, it's nuts. The old regime would have paid it and would have done it 100%. But yeah, I hope we are a bit more shrewd than that. Got us head screwed, and I don't think we'll do that. I don't think we'll play that game. So yeah, it may even be a stumbling block of maybe White deal don't get done. Wayne, we'll have to see. Moon is after Paixão. It looks like it, doesn't it? It looks like it. Leeds are leading the way. What a difference a week or two makes. Just your red. Thank you so much, man. We'll go Whites. Composure, our fellow Leeds brother. Keep it up. Cheers, Steve. I'm good. Honestly, I'm fine. But yeah, I can't help it. You know what's on, whatever's in my head comes out. So yeah, 49ers have done amazing. They have. Here he is, look, just your raid. You absolute legend, mate. Thank you so much, Joe. That's made my night as that. You've got this, mighty lad, deserve the numbers. Thank you. Thank you very much. Gruev has looked quite decent so far. I've always said he'll do a job in the Prem, and he's not changed my mind pre-season. Yeah. If we adopt a 4-2-3-1, I did think Gruev would move on. I didn't think we'd keep Gruev as fifth option. We're playing with two midfielders. Having three on bench is a bit too much. I feel like we're going to play a 4-3-3 in my opinion. Maybe not all the time. We'll have to see how that goes, whether we bring a 10 in or not. But Gruev in pre-season, I think he's had most minutes. He's looked superb. He knits the play well, together really well. He's never let us down, really, as Gruev. For me, he's probably the weakest of the five, but he's not a weak player. So how fucking good is that, having five players, at that level? In the Prem, I feel like it'll be a little bit more difficult for him. I feel like the other four are a bit more physically strong. But what a player. If he's happy having a bit less minutes, if we are playing free in midfield and he's one of two options off the bench, it's great options to have. I just thought some of these fringe players, maybe a Pascal Strauch, maybe a Gruev, maybe a Ramazani and Nonto, depending how well a Paixão hopefully does, if we get him, or a James does, or a Pino maybe who maybe playing second fiddle. I hope the fringe players who are maybe next in line or will get minutes off the bench, I hope they get enough minutes, or I hope we do well enough where the feel part of group and it's a harmonious group. I don't want any, any not fallings out as such, but minutes could be hard for some of these players to get, like a Pascal Struijk, Imagine, and a Gruev. They're the two probably obvious ones I look at and go, if everyone's fit and everyone does well, Biol's fit, don't get no injuries. If James is playing, if the midfield's playing well, chances are these two players are good enough to start potentially. Aren't going to get many minutes. I hope it doesn't affect them. I hope they're not wanting to move away in January. I hope everyone's happy with the squad role to take the club forward, because we need that depth. We need it. Yeah, I know I do. I have a lot of comments to get through tonight, man. You know me, I try and get through them all as well, man. I really do. I try and get through them all. It's I'm learning quite quickly. It's hard to get through them all when you've got 250, 300 people in there. Yeah, if you're new here, please hit the subscribe button and please like. Honestly, Joe, you've made me night, man, and so have you, everyone watching. Thanks so much. Do you think Sunderland have overspent? It's hard to say. It looks like it on paper. But they've spent more than what Leeds are willing to spend on the players we were looking at too, haven't they? But we won't know, mate. We won't know. If they stay up, they'll say no, won't they? Carlos Nonto is the type of player that does better under the spotlight. He will be more effective in the Prem. I agree. I think Nonto's looking brilliant. I think he's looking brilliant. Great to see you all in the chat, just Joe Raid. Cheers, Captain. I could not keep calmer. When I saw that number go from 100, which I was buzzing with, Joe. I had 100 in while you were live. I'm proud of that. I'm proud that 100 people want to watch me, while the GOAT is live. I'm doing something right for that. But to see it go from that to 300 in a split second, my ass fell out. I won't lie. Thanks so much, man. Yeah, unbelievable. Newbies, get those likes in for this laddie's class. Thanks, Aisha. Thank you. Let's boost Matty's subs. Hit the sub button, boys. Thank you so much, man. Yeah, please smash a like and subscribe and hit the links up in the chat as well. There's plenty of links my mate Danny's put in as well to go check out some more content. Love my guy, MOT. Thanks, Anton. The view from above, think we need a right back. Can't go into the Prem with Bynum and Chambers. Yeah, I mean, we have seen Chambers at right back, won it against Scum for a bit. I would have loved Kyle Walker-Peters as backup. Not backup, competition. I hate saying backup because I don't want us to have backup. I want us to have competition for places. Yeah, class, man. Honestly. Unbelievable. Thank you all so much. If 220 was a record, you just obliterate it. It was a record for that split second. Yeah, my record was 160 people live, which I was buzzing with. That was like a few nights ago. I could not believe it. 160 live. And now it's, I've just doubled it. Philip, watched a couple of West Ham channels. Not a happy bunch. Nice to be on the other side of it. Yeah, 100%. I mean, I haven't watched any of their stuff, but I've read little bits on social media and they are happy at all, mate. Not happy at all. Who's going to Dublin? I am droopy. I'm going with a wife. I'll be them staying Friday to Sunday. I can't wait. Perri Munez, Paixão. What a free statement signs. Yeah. So cool what it's seen. If we get all three, or even maybe one of them. Seen Brazilian flags around Ellen Road will be class. Like I say, we've seen Argentina flags, we've seen USA flags, a Japan flag. I've seen a few of them. Be class. Quality before quantity. Yeah, Damo, very right. Yeah, very true. Have a drink. Joe's my guy, man. Class. Yeah, it is World Cup squad year. We've seen Schmidt say that, haven't we? Imagine Bielsa with this squad. Don't want to go down that way. Imagine Farke with this squad, Alan. Imagine Farke. But yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah, I've said that from day one pre-season. Said it's about a squad this season. It's about building a squad. Farke notoriously hasn't trusted, I don't think, all of his bench options. Since he's been at Leeds, he's only made the odd sub and, certain players, were on the bench just to make the numbers up. They weren't probably a viable option to come on. I feel like he's got a squad now where he can probably look to that bench. You have 9 subs, I think, and you can bring 5 on. I think you'll see a lot more subs from Farke. Earlier subs, tweaks of formation, tactic change. I think, honestly, so much you can do with this squad. There's so much depth there of quality. When you look at the side he's put out in pre-season, there's still a few more signings to come in. I don't see him looking at that bench and only having 2 or 3 options. I think he could look at that bench and have 7 or 8 options who are viable to come on. And like I said, that Farke, I don't think Farke's had that since he's been at Leeds. You could be here all night, Matty, reading all these comments. Yeah. How many more signings do you see us after Perri? I think 3 more, Render. I do. I think winger, striker and fullback. I can't look beyond another fullback coming in. Respect, Matty. Thank you, Angela. Buzzing for you, Matty. Over 300 at the more. Best YouTube channel. Thanks, Angela. Show the love, Matty peeps. Thank you, Ashley. This is nuts, man. This is actually nuts. Matty, please always remember you're amazing, awesome. Thanks, Rich, man. Thank you. Only 64 likes, says Michael. Only. But I'm about an hour and a half behind now on comments, so there's probably more than that. Thanks, man. Yeah, we have. Cheers, Jammy. You look shocked at the numbers. Good stuff, Rob. Yeah, I'm sweating. I won't lie. Love your enthusiasm. Yeah, cheers, Dave. That's me, mate. You just might not have seen me before, but I'm just me. I'm a little bit flustered at numbers, but I'm just myself. I live 15 minutes from stadium. Yeah, I'm just all Leeds. I absolutely fucking love this club. Love it. Absolutely love it. And I love you guys. Thank you so much. Anton, patience is a virtue. Owners are not expanding the stadium and elevation of our great club without going 100% all in, doing sensible business. 100%, mate. Thanks so much, Weeder Rich. Thank you. These 4 points in August, then kick on in September. Yeah, I think after that start, we've got a fair few decent fixtures, actually, haven't we? I ain't sweating at all. I really are. I think we'll beat Everton. And I don't think we'll lose both games, Arsenal and Newcastle. I'm fairly confident we'll come out of those 3 games with 4 points, me. I really am. Sarah Mitchell, bless you. It's endearing how thankful you are. Thank you, Sarah. I need to stop saying thank you to all. I start annoying people. No, thanks a lot. Come on, guys, subscribe to this bang on Leeds fan and of course, like. Cheers, Mark. Yeah, leave him alone. Yeah, I know, Frank. It's exciting, isn't it? It's exciting. It's just, if you love football, it's hard not to, growing up and that, looking at the Brazil squad, and it's just that Brazil flair. It's class. It's class. No, Michael. Never, mate. Look at that top behind me. Look at that. No. I'm a Yorkshire Rose for life now. Yeah, I do like Tanganga. Decent backup option. I just don't think we'll look at him now, which centre-backs we've got. Subscribe through Joe. Already like what I'm seeing. Thanks, Paddy. Class, man. Honestly, I'm absolutely buzzing. Absolutely buzzing. Feeling is a 10 is a luxury with the modern game and how we are likely to sell. Yeah, I think it is a luxury. I think it's a luxury that Leeds probably can't afford to do in terms of the way we play. I just think we need to be hard to beat, and I think we'll have enough there if we play 3 in midfield, which I just keep going to that 4-3-3. I think we'll have enough in midfield and enough creativity out wide to do the business. I would have loved the 10 last year, but it was our missing piece last year with that 10, and I know we had Aronson, but bringing in, we'll link with Hamer, put a bid in for Hamer. If we'd have got someone like that, it would have just elevated us. But I kept Jorginho Rowe, could you imagine? Elevated us again. I just think we won't look at that now. I really don't. That made me laugh. I had to click on that, made me laugh. We need bodies in before we let go, I think that they'd be I'm just surprised. I think we've got enough bodies in now for a couple that we're gone. You know what I mean, Ashley? I'm just surprised. I mean, there's every chance, mate, that we finished this business before we let anyone go. When you look at it, if we were to sign Paixão in the next couple of days, and then we're only maybe a Munez signing off, pretty much being done. Maybe next week we offload 3 or 4, but we've already done our business. It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, I don't know about Uche either. Yeah, I don't know, mate. I feel like we've been in talks with Gus Hamer since 1997, mate, so I'm not sure. I'm saying 10th. Unreal. Once the regulars are subscribed, you're stuck with us, mate. Love that, Luke. Thank you, mate. I'm gonna have to try and skip some of these comments because this is insane, and I hate doing it. That is the stress of having more numbers in here and growing as a channel. Yeah, I found it harder. Going back 2 months, 50, 60, 70 viewers, and honestly, that would amazing for me. And I appreciate even if there was one person watching me. Thank you so much. But I read every comment out. It's my thing. I get anxiety. I get stressed where I can't, because I know what it's like. I've watched Joe since he was sat in his garage, and I comment, and you can't always get read out, and it's stressing you out. And it's so exciting when someone reads you out, and I've took that into my channel, and yeah, it stresses me out, and I'm stressed now that I can't click on every comment. I don't want to be bad, sort of be bad to watch. But yeah, thank you. Thanks so much. Yeah, I think so. I don't think we'd agree to such a big sell-on. I really don't. I really don't. Mackay, mate, watching this first time Joe sent us over, he said, go goal scorer. I'll have to go back and watch what he said. Like and subscribe. Got to go up early. Thanks on the mooch. Thank you so much. I genuinely think Brentford are the team all three promoted teams are looking at. Yeah, me too, Gareth. I think we all are, mate. Just because I'm manager. Ridiculous appointment for me. If Sunderland fans were laughing at us 2 weeks ago, they ain't laughing now. No, are they heck? 30% sell on because they offered 26 mil money. Yeah, I think that's why. I don't think, if we're offering 35 million, I don't think we will be even bartering with a sell on clause. I don't think it needs to happen. That's ridiculous. I assume I probably ate now. Thanks so much, everyone. Absolutely class. Frank, no one is guaranteed the shirt. They all need to up their game, which can only be a good thing. Yeah, I agree. Said it was said Gruev can run for days, needs to be strong, I know, but fresh legs bonus. Yeah, he's just got an engine on him, hasn't he? He's got an engine on him as Gruev. And he's one of those players who'll always give you a 7 out of 10. Never puts a foot wrong, really. It's hard to envisage him smashing it in Prem, but does he really need to when he's got those players in front of him? He's going to be a great squad option if he stays. Yeah, this is a quick one too. Yeah, so Leeds AG is my co-host. Late Night Leeds on a Friday. You might not know about it if you haven't seen it. Obviously, if you're subscribed, tomorrow's show, 10 o'clock. Me, Sean from Wilco Whites, and Adam, we do a Late Night Leeds. We've done it now for maybe 4 months-ish. Every Friday. It fell away a little bit in pre-season. We had a couple of weeks off. But every Friday at 10 o'clock, going into season, we have little we have sort of fantasy football tables. We have all sorts of little bits and pieces for you to look at and enjoy on a Friday night at 10 o'clock. So come back tomorrow for that if you don't mind. That'd be great to have huge numbers tomorrow. I know it'd mean a lot to Adam as well. Yeah, massively, man. Anton, competition for places mega. If we want to be a club back these levels and what it should be suspension. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it is, mate. Thank you to Just Joe for that class. A lot of pressure on Tanaka. Hope the new signings give him support. I think he'll thrive on it, maybe. Yeah, I suppose it's a step up. Everyone looks to him thinking he's a Prem player, but he has got a lot of decent players around him. We don't have to rely on Tanaka for that quality in midfield. We've got so many players who can fill that role as well for me. So there is a lot of pressure on him, probably what he puts on himself to show he's a Prem level player. But for me, £3.5 million, they want a big money signing. Stack, Ampadu, Longstaff. If it don't quite work for Tanaka, if he isn't as good as we all think, there's enough players in there, who can step in for me. How long have you been doing this channel, Richard? I started it at I think it was the end of beginning of October last year. So about 10 months, about 10 months, mate. Yeah. Paddy, first time listening, Matty. You're doing a great job. Thank you, Paddy. Thanks a lot. Who are your 2 starting wingers? Currently, Ramazani on left, James on the right. Nonto's absolutely smashing it a minute, though, isn't he? And I love Nonto. But I think Paixão would start. And I think James starts on right no matter what happens in pre-season. I've just got a feeling with the last 2 years, he'll get given a go, mate. But I'm so excited by it. Great game at the Creators Cup. Looked like so much fun. Cheers, mate. It really was. I loved it. Loved being part of it. Playing football with people I've watched for years and who are now friends. I'm lucky to call them friends, absolutely class, really humbling, signing shirts, taking pictures with people, I had a couple of people come up to me who have autism, and I've got twin boys, one of them's got autism, and having those conversations with people and making the day and them enjoying what I do because I'm relatable, especially through my son as well, and honestly, emotional day, but what a day. What an absolute class day. Enjoy Dublin, Matty. You deserve it for your goal. Okay, cheers, mate. The Camden is a place to be on the Friday before AC Milan game. Yeah, I've heard this. Thing is, I'm going over with the wife, and I've promised her a non-football related Friday night going into Saturday. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I know Darren and Dillo were over there too, and they've told me this. I'll be in Dublin for the match. I'm from Dublin, Pints in Murray's, O'Connell Street. Yup. Yeah, if you see me, mate, come and give me a shout. Yeah, 200 likes. Thanks so much for getting me 200 likes. Mental. Yeah, that's a bit too optimistic, mate. Are we content with Harrison over Largy? No, mate, I'm not content with Harrison over anybody. Not at all. I'll be on the Paixão in Dublin too. Nice one, Brian. Me and Adam will be as well, my mate from Late Night Leeds. I don't want, not as a dig at Farke. I reckon he'd probably get a little bit more out of him. I'm going to leave it at that. But yeah, I love Bielsa. Bielsa, say I've got a picture behind me. There he is, over my shoulder. The kids think he's my granddad. I've literally told them he's my granddad and they believe it. Luke, nice to meet you, sir. Nice to meet you too, Luke. Thanks for coming over, mate. Thank you for me listening. What a goal, Matt, of the game. Made by everybody else, mate. But I was there to finish it. Thanks so much, man. Yeah, Droopy. Nailed it, Antler. Absolutely nailed it, mate. No worries, mate. It's all right, buddy. Paixão's not signed yet, no, but we've put a bid in, mate. Jamming. Matty, great numbers. Couldn't happen to a nicer guy. Take care, everyone. I'm off to make my tea. Chinese. Nice one, Jimmy. Thanks so much for being in, mate. You're a legend. Thank you. Yeah, shut up, Daddy. Shut up, Daddy. Yeah, please like, please subscribe and all that. Mental. Yeah, it is, Luke. It really is. A Brazilian brain. He's definitely built differently. It's absolutely class. To have players linked with Leeds who are that calibre of player, they're the sort of players out there that you pay your money to go watch. You know, we know that under Rafinha, what we'd give to still be paying money to go watch Rafinha now. You know, if Paixão's, you know, even half of what Rafinha was, what a player is worth every penny. Perri is a goalkeeper. We've seen what he can do. He's a bit flamboyant. These volleyball fists, he can do a full, well, half a football pitch. His throwouts are really exciting, especially with counter attacks with Dan James up top. It's class. It's really exciting. I don't think Ampadu can get into the team. There's a conversation that he can't. I think as a captain, he'll play majority of games. But I tell you what, if you ask me to name in midfield, I couldn't bloody do it, mate. I couldn't do it. Hey up, Adam. Anyone new, do get subscribed, guys. All shit aside, Matty's channel is very different. Great Leeds United content and banging show on Fridays to top it all. Thank you so much. I've even got a second channel if anybody wants to have a look at that. If someone wants to put a link in, called Full Time to Talk. It's a mental health channel, football and mental health channel, if anybody wants to look at that. I had Michael on last night who spoke about his battle with prostate cancer. His son Jacob, if anyone watched the Creators Cup, his son Jacob was part of our trophy lift. He was part of the Yorkshire Roses setup. They found out where we were training, and Michael's his dad. We made him a part of the day. So if you want to check out Full Time to Talk, that'd be brilliant too. If you didn't mind hitting that up, I'd love that. Thank you so much. Oh, nice one, Jammy. Nice one. Have you Nick Furpo stash? Yeah, I have, mate. We had to keep a bit of him here, didn't we? Adam, I think Ampadu will start in 6. Yeah, I think so too. I think so too. Maybe he'll lose his place as season goes on, Adam, but I think he'll be there, mate. I do. I think he'll be there. Mooney's for 40 million, Paixão for 35. I wonder what the board expects then from Farke. Well, yeah, not much room for error after this window, I'll tell you that. Yeah, he is, mate. He is. Yeah, he's BNG. It is, but I'm not going to moan about it because I'm so privileged that everyone's here. I'm not going to moan about it at all. It is what it is. I've got to skim over some. Obviously, I can't read every comment out on that. It is what it is. I hope everyone understands. I've just never known it like this. But I appreciate every single comment and every single person in here. It's absolutely class. It's made me night. It's made me week. But no need for stress, lad. We'll be here till tomorrow night. Otherwise, that's it. I know. But don't let us stress you out. You do you. You won't always agree with people, and that's good. We all have opinions, but keep doing you. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Did you think you would have got these numbers? I didn't think I'd get these numbers in about 5 years from now. I still expect to do this channel in 5 years because I absolutely love it. It's like just sort of like completed my life. I absolutely love doing this, right? But did I think I'd have 200 to 300 people watching a live? No. To be fair, me and Adam were speaking on Late Night Leeds, and we sort of says, because I had 160 the other night, which I couldn't believe, just talking on my own like this. I said, maybe I'm only a couple of months off having 200, for a show. And obviously, with Joe's help, it's gone into 300. So, yeah, unreal. The 30% sell-on clause was a sweetener. Yeah, 100% it was, mate. 100% it was. I am ruling him out, mate. I am ruling him out. It was a brilliant raid. I think Joe Blackburn's done it for me once before, and I think that got me from 50, which used to be sort of my norm, got me to about 100, and I was like, I couldn't believe I hit 100. That was going back about 3 or 4 months, to be fair. And then this today has just absolutely smashed it. You absolute legend. Hey up, Tezza. How's the injury? All right, mate. It wasn't a tear of the calf. It was just a pulled calf. So still a bit of a limp, but not too bad. Top Banana Friday night is the best show. Getting here tomorrow night for the lads. Yeah, 10 o'clock tomorrow night, late night Leeds. Me, Sean and Adam. Please come across it. It'll be a good one. Action-packed week. We speak about the whole week's shenanigans. And let's be fair, since last Friday, we've still, we'll speak about the Scum game on Saturday. That's how we've got a lot to cover on Friday night. A lot to cover. Sarah Mitchell, bye, Matty. By the time you get to this comment, I'll be gone. So by the time I get to this comment, it'll be Monday morning. We're back up for work. Sarah, absolutely wounded. Thank you, man. Class. Jeremy, son-in-law's going to Dublin. He's one of the daft bastards who had the Coppers hat on the parade. Oh, really? Class. I think he'd win set pieces as a 10 and need to be flexible between 4. I think you'll see a lot of flexibility with Leeds this season. Something we've not seen with Farke. We're tweaking his sort of system of formation during games. I can easily see us playing a 4-2-3-1, switching to a 4-3-3 mid-game. Be really interesting to see how we do. Jill Mundy, got to go. Keep up the good work, mate. Thanks so much, Jill. Thank you. It's 11:30, but I'm gonna have to, when I get through these, I'm gonna have to phone Joe and be like, thanks so much, mate. Are we expecting a voice note off me? He knows what I'm like. He knows what I'm like. Good on you, mate. Thank you. Perri be going up for set pieces. Unreal. 130. Wow. Honestly, right, I hit 2,800 subscribers today, and I think we're on 2,810 Adam when I started this stream. So Joe's got me to what? He's got me 60 subscribers. Unbelievable. Well, I'm only 130 or 3,000 subscribers. Anyone watching this after this, please subscribe. It will be class to get to 3,000 subscribers. We always have, I don't ever look at numbers, but you get close to a number and you think, oh my God, I want to hit that number. And then you hit it and you're just like, oh my God, I can't believe I hit that number. And then you go through months and months of just doing it there, and then you get close to another number. And it honestly, it sounds daft, but to know, I don't look at a number on screen and just sort of dismiss it. I can't believe these 2,000, 870 people, I think my maths, actually watch, now subscribed and watch Master Son. But if 2,800 people turn about aside my house, I'd absolutely shit myself. It's class. It's absolutely class. Thanks so much. Formula Sonny just subscribed to full time. Thanks. So that means the world, mate. It's not everyone's cup of tea. Mental health chat, fair enough. But I've had my battles, and I just want to bring people on who want to share their story as well. So Full Time to Talk is my second channel. It's only been going about 5-6 weeks, trying to do one show a week, one pre-record a week. I've got Steve, Mr. Whitesnake Bites. He's coming on for next week's. So yeah, that'll be a good one too. Dave76, watched you a couple of times. Enjoy your content. Joe sent us over and sub to your other channel too. Oh, thanks so much. That's class. Thank you. Ian Brown, Premier League has helped so many Sunderland channels. Yeah, it will do. Going into Premier League, it's just going to elevate everyone's channels. Everyone's going to want to get, get more content. It just elevates everything. More eyes on us, and yeah, it's class. Hey up, Stephen. Fair play, mate. Doing a great job. Very humble. Definitely will be back. Thanks, Stephen. Thanks so much, man. Ghoul is subbed. Madman. Mental. Ampadu is captain. There was no debate. No on captain. Yeah, I think so too. I don't think that changes. Gavin, expect big things, and big things will come. Thanks, Matty, for your show. Class. Thank you. Don't undersell yourself, Matty. You're very humble, which is nice. Thanks, mate. I know, as always. Thanks so much, buddy. You're class, man. Great show as always, Matty. I know. I hope you're well, mate. I hope everything's going well for you, bud. The difference a few days makes, Anton. Yeah, when we were outside Ellen Roast going about Sadiq. Yeah, I was with Joe and Joe, wasn't I? Annoyed that Sadiq had gone there. Got the news as we driving to Ellen Road, and the next thing Sadiq is you join Sunderland. You're thinking, what's going on here? But I was still cool on it. But yeah, what a difference! What a difference! Joe's gone for like, yeah, well done. Usually Matty talks about Leeds as well, rather than just saying thank you to everyone. Yeah, I do. Yeah, that probably is coming along a little bit. To be fair, the first hour I spoke about Leeds, and I actually had some bits on here. Look, I had this. I made this. Look at that. I'm quite happy with that. I brought that up. I had these bits. So I did a bit more than just saying thank you. But I'll be honest, for the last half an hour, I've just said thank you. So yeah, yeah, true, mate, true. Hi, Matty. What do you think to the transfer window so far? I bring that back up again, Lee. Look at that. Perri, we assume, will be done. 7 players through door for 75 million, rising potentially to 80 if everything got hit. 7 players in for less than 80 million quid. 10.5 million a player. Unbelievable business, mate. Unbelievable business. Unbelievable window. Soon to get even better for me. If Muniz doesn't materialise, who would be your option up top? I don't know, mate. I won't lie. I'm not too sure. I've sort of looked only at Muniz. Muniz up top, really, for us. We linked that guy out with today from Inter Milan. It's a bit too old for me, 33-year-old. I think we need a young player with potential. I think it's going to cost a lot of money. Honestly, I couldn't tell you. I know Leeds have got a lot more targets than just Rodrigo Muniz, but yeah, I'd be buzzing with him. That's why I want, because the club want him. I want him as a fan. Anything else happens, if it's not him, I'm all for it. The club know more than me, mate. I don't know if you've got someone in mind, Steve, but yeah, I've sort of put my eggs in that basket, but I know the club won't have done. Great show, well done. Thanks, Mandy. What a fan base. We are class, aren't we? We are class. Gavin, you deserve it, mate. Wouldn't be able to do what you do and Joe do, so thank you so much for the show. I got my mental health stuff going on. I'm watching Joe and you helps me. Thanks so much. 100%, mate. When I were in my darkest moments, 3.5, 4 years ago, I were well bad. No, 3 to 3.5 years ago, I had like a 12-month period where I was gone. Watching Joe every single day. I remember when he transitioned from being part-time to full-time, and I was just over the moon that I could watch more of Joe, because Joe literally were all I wanted to watch when I was struggling. So Russ Vernon, absolutely brilliant numbers tonight. Please subscribe and help Matty with the channel. Top class stuff. Thanks, Russ, man. Such a nice guy. Matty, what's the other channel you have again? It's called Full Time to Talk, mate. Full Time to Talk. There it is. Look, thank you. Cheers, Danny, mate. Thank you. Burnley bought Kyle Walker and obliged Championship players that they are. Yeah, we're all right, mate. We're way above our station. Now we're going to look at them. Jeremy, you're doing a great job, Matty, mate. Subscribe, and I don't subscribe to all Leeds fans channels. Thanks, Jeremy. Thank you. Subbed. Unreal. I really like Gabby Sara, but I don't want us to sign any players from that club. And I don't know where he play. We've got enough central midfielders. Playing 10, maybe. Would we spend that money on 10? I don't think so. Philip Ansayo, mate, how you doing? Hi, Matty and everyone in here. Good on you, bro. You're a top lad. Thanks, Philip. You are too, mate. You too, buddy. Please hit the links in the chat, says Danny. There's a few more links in chat if you want to check out some more creators. If Muniz is no-go, then yeah, actually, he's a good option. I have seen that one. Yeah, I have. Ian Brown, the graft you do with a job on top is great. Deserves these numbers. Thank you, mate. Yeah, I work hard. I work on building sites. Telecoms engineer. Yeah, I work hard. I've got 4 kids, 5 including my stepdaughter, so they keep me busy. Yeah, it's what it is, man. Just keep going, don't you? Keep going and find something you enjoy. Find something you want to do that makes you happy, and this makes me happy. Going to Leeds makes me happy. Going to Welland Road, try and get to every home game. I did last year, apart from the one that fell on my wedding weekend, which was Hull, which Joseph scored in that one, I think, from across from Solomon. But yeah, brilliant. Honestly, mad numbers. Thanks so much, Leeds lad. Class. Matty, you are looking sexy in that new. Cheers, mate. I think everyone does. It elevates everybody, doesn't it? I mean, look at that. It elevates everybody. It really does. It really, really does. Class that. Cheers, Jamie. You are too. Well done, matey. Howarth White's here. Class, man. If we get Paixão, is that it for Solomon? I would suggest so, yeah. 100%. But I'd be happy with Solomon if Paixão didn't go through, although it does feel like a drop-off. I would have had Solomon at the end of last season, but Paixão has raised expectations now on it as a fan base. Just joined your other channel, class. Damo, thank you, mate. Luke, hats off, sir. I enjoyed that. All leads out with MOT. Cheers. Just your excellent redirect. Yeah, class, man. Thank you. Right. I'm going to get off now. it feels so bad going when I've got 198 people watching. But I've got to be up for work in the morning to drive to Scarborough to get a job done there. So, yeah, thank you so much, honestly, to everyone who's been on. I'll be straight on phone to Joe now to say thank you for him, because I appreciate any support I get. And, yeah, it's been class. So I will leave you. I will love you and leave you. I hope you all have a great Friday. It's play again on Saturday. Don't we? Got friendly on Saturday. Watch my little lad play on Saturday, and then we're going to go to Caravan for a night. So, yeah, I'm going to have a nice weekend. I work on building sites too, Matty. Mate, I'm a banksman. Oh, are you a banksman, mate? In Orange. Laters, Matty. Night, Matty. Thank you, Blinky Fish. You're Welshman. So this is, yeah, 100%, mate. I'm glad that watching Leeds content in this space makes your day better, because I was saying, Steve. So no, that's class. I'm glad you've got something to watch that sort of makes you feel better for that. But yeah, check out my full timer talk too, Steve, if you don't mind. Might see you there later. Cheers, mate. Great as usual. See you tomorrow night. Sound actually, yeah. Tomorrow night, 10 o'clock, late night Leeds with me, Sean and Adam. Play your version of MOT. Shall I play it? Hold on, let me check if it's stored on. It is, good shout, right? So I'm going to play you out. So I've got a lot of songs that I've wrote and I've had AI play it through. I can do a bit. I do a bit of singing, but I can't do what AI does. It sounds a lot better than mine. But I've done a new version, a different version, an alternate version of March On Together. All I did was just put the lyrics of March On Together, obviously already the most beautiful song on earth, and I put it through an AI and I played with it and tweaked with it. So I'm going to play you out with this alternate version of Marching On Together as I flick through the comments, and then it ends. So have a good Friday, brilliant Friday. Please check out Late Night Leeds. Honestly, thank you so much to everyone. Thank you, legends. Take care. Bye-bye.
Here we go with Leeds United. We're gonna give the boys a hand. Stand up and sing for Leeds United. They are the greatest in the land. Every day we're all gonna say we love you, Leeds, Leeds, Leeds. Everywhere we're gonna be there. We love you, Leeds, Leeds, Leeds. Marching on together, we're gonna see you in. Na 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 na. We shout it out loud. We love you, Leeds, Leeds, Leeds. We've been through it all together, and we've had our ups and downs. Gonna stay with you forever, at least until the world stops going around. Every day we're all gonna say we love you, Leeds, Leeds, Leeds. Everywhere we're gonna be there. We shout it out.